And there are literally times where I hit go live and it's on the starting screen and I'm just like, literally, like I don't want to smile right now. Like I don't want to play. I don't want to be goofy. If you ask me where 3v3s are, I might snap on you. If you say, "Hey Hitch, where's the freestyle?" I might snap. You know what I mean? It's those days. But then I'm just like, and then you know what I mean? And it comes on.
I mean, that's a whole.
Welcome officially to another episode of Around the Bar. Today on Around the Bar, we got the GOAT, the Buster, the Kid.
Wasn't even named Bros. Frogs. Wait. This guy.
Hey,
I think I can take scrap.
I don't think you could take scrap.
I don't want to.
Do you know what's missing?
Yes. Of course. I can't help it but to notice the little things.
All right, welcome to another episode of Around the Bar. This time I'm with my two best friends. We are Seam Tumber Team. Blake, George, on the podcast. We are in town for the GGCS finals. It's been like a month-long tournament that we've been throwing. So I was like, yo, boys, what is your favorite drink? Let's hop on the pod and let's talk. Let's get deep.
I said michelada because I knew that George would think more of me for saying that.
Yes.
And I also like them. So it's a good mix.
Yeah, I don't really drink beers much, but micheladas, I could drink them like insane. Like,
see, I never even heard of it, and then you guys told me to get the
chiladas,
the
Modelo ones.
Yeah, and those are ass. Those are horrible.
Bro, those are good.
Wait, what flavor did you have?
All of them.
Also, if you do, there's a trick that I do too, is you do the chilada and you put some zing zang in there. Zing zang.
Zing zing.
Yeah.
Zing
Zing
zang.
Zang. These got zing zang in them.
Yeah,
they're really good. Yeah, shout out Austin for these. These are great.
All right, let me try it. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, try it. See if I like them. I think he killed it.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. What? No, it's pretty good.
Come on.
Bro, he just lied to
me.
you.
I think when I go out somewhere, especially when I was younger, you see people at brunch having a Bloody Mary, and I want to be that sophisticated.
Yeah.
But I hate Bloody Marys. I don't even rock with tomatoes like that. So I try a Bloody Mary like once every year just to make sure.
Yep.
Still not it.
Yeah.
So then we had a michelada, and I was like, "What's a michelada?" And he was like, "It's basically like tomato juice
with
beer." I like beer.
It's an L Bloody Mary.
It is.
So
I like this one.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not. I don't think it'll ever be something where I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to get a michelada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, for really, dude, I love these.
I could do like breakfast tacos, and this for brunch would go insane. I've only ever had them at night.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's the whatever food you get with it.
Yeah. Also, like people make these in so many different ways. So like every restaurant I've gone to recently, like I would order their mix. Like not even kidding. I'd be like, "Can I just get your mix?" Like, because they won't tell you sometimes like what they put in it.
Okay.
So
They just give you a sketchy styrofoam cup.
No, they give you a gallon. Yeah. So like 2 or 3 places I've gotten gallons of like michelada.
Really?
Every time I've gone out with George to get a michelada, he goes, "Good." Or he goes,
Not good.
"It's not good."
It's
wild.
It's so many different ways.
I honestly think like white people, like we cover it up if it's bad. Like,
That's true.
From the start. We're like, no, like, we'll go out.
Like I did.
We'll go out as a family dinner and be like, "Oh yeah, it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
And then afterwards, we'll get in the parking lot and we're like, "We're never going back." Right?
Yeah. We'll never be back there.
No,
We'll
But
never. I couldn't get out there fast enough. Actually.
It's just, I think it hurts more to pay for it, and while you're still paying for it, it's
that's what
ass.
hurts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk how bad it is until afterwards.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
I like that you just.
Off the rip, I'm like,
No, it's not good.
Dude, one time Alexis and I went to a casino here in Oklahoma, and we go there. It was for our anniversary. We go there, and we're walking around, and we're like, it's pretty nice. You know, it's pretty nice. And as we're walking, we're trying to find food, and we couldn't find food because everywhere that the food places were all an hour and 45-minute wait. So I was like, well, you know, that kind of sucks. And then we tried to find a table, and none of the tables were working, but we find some slots or whatever, and we kept walking. We were like, you know what's nice? It's a little smoky. And that is what we did for like an hour and a half.
Just keep kicking the
And
rock.
it has over this last 6 months turned into I'll never fucking go back there again. It is the worst. Because then we went to a different casino and it was a gazillion times better.
Yeah.
But it's just it is funny how like
you'll deal with that.
you'll deal with it. You'll deal. You'll be like,
you don't want to chalk the vibes too hard in the moment.
It's a little smoky. It's a little empty.
Smoky.
I like the chill vibes here.
The worst thing is when you sit down with a white family, aka me and my family, and I sit down, and then my mom will like look up at the ceiling, and I'm like, oh god,
Here it comes.
The AC's at the wrong spot, and the sun's coming in the window. It's just if you sit down, and if it's like my dad will look at the.
You already know it's coming.
I'm like, all right, we got to figure this out. Then we can eat in a couple minutes.
No.
Love them though.
Here it comes.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but all that being said,
Micheladas.
it's ass. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I love it, dude. It's so funny.
I'm here for it.
Good God. I don't know if I can do this one. All right, that's going to do it for episode 7 of Around the Bar. Let's get Matt. Matt, have you tried this?
No, I have not.
Here, try it, man.
Try it.
I mean, I feel like you have to
You have to like tomato juice a little bit.
assuming it's the cultural cousin of a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to go in knowing that it's in the Bloody Mary family.
And he said, it's looking like a no.
It was looking like a no.
It's different. It's different.
That's crazy and relevant.
It's good.
So good. So good.
It's
So
just-
wit.
well,
So
the
much
thing-
wit.
That's the thing about micheladas. Like, you either love them or hate them. There's no.
I'm surprised because I really dislike a Bloody Mary, but I want to like it. So maybe that's where my
Yeah.
I think it's the
appreciation
like
comes
the
from.
sourness. The
It's a little
sour,
sour.
and salty.
Oh, see, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
The Bloody Marys just taste like I'm drinking what are the little tomatoes with the letters in it? You know, the soup. I'm thinking of SpaghettiOs. No, I'm not thinking of alphabet soup.
Oh.
I got both. It's all right.
Is Alphabet soup still around? They're still kicking?
Unclear.
I don't know.
I feel like I grew out of them.
Yeah. Once you could spell.
I don't write with my soup as much.
Oh, man. All right. So TST is in the building. Dude, in order to do prep for this, I didn't do as much as I do for other people.
I was about to say,
because I
did he
talked to you
prep
guys.
for
I was
this?
like, how do you prep for
I
this?
talk to you every day.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was going to say is I think we have a very, obviously we talk about it all the time, every time we're on a podcast, or we talk about it on stream as well as, it's just like, I don't think there's many people in this world that have someone that they talk to as much as we talk to each other.
No.
I don't think there's,
They would
I
go
think
insane.
we talk to each other more than our significant others.
Yeah.
We talk to each other more than our
crazy.
family, more than our siblings. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's just like they have so long to, especially like significant otherwise, they have so long to catch up.
Yeah.
Because like I
Yeah.
didn't meet my wife until I was 18. I knew you when I was 13, and we talked every night on Xbox Live and at soccer.
Yeah.
So it's just like we got to make up 5 years in
but
there
dude,
somewhere.
I mean, I think obviously we talked a lot during those days, but since TST has started,
it's not
that
that
is
level.
insane.
That's a different level.
That is
yeah.
insane. I don't even think that happens anywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe like if you're on a team with someone.
No, especially at the beginning, because we used to grind at the beginning, like 12-hour plus streams.
Bro,
easy.
like,
I forgot how much we grinded. That's what I was gonna say. Like doing like prep or whatever. All I basically did was I went back and I watched. We filmed a conversation with, which is some like my old. This was basically the pre this.
Yeah.
And we did that at the Hex quarters, and I was like, I just want to see what we talked about because I remember we did it. And I also watched Summercast #1.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I watched a little bit of our eavesdrop, and it's crazy the difference.
Really?
It's not
That's our
too different.
mindset?
It's funny, it's not too different, but if you guys watched it, it would hit you harder than it hit anyone else. Obviously,
Why? Because are we like uncomfortable? Not
No.
saying I'm like, I'm
No,
so
no, no.
comfortable now.
No, we're not uncomfortable. It just seems like our minds, dude.
yeah, our mindset's probably way different.
Dude,
than it
we've
is
changed like as people. We've changed as people like 8 times since us knowing
Yeah.
each other, and I think that's what like makes us work. Is
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. Blake likes country music now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. He has a mullet.
Yeah. It's just like, like
Wait, you changed too.
I was like, dang, George has nice teeth. What the?
Okay, there you go. There you go. I appreciate
what
this
the
self
heck?
shot.
it's more than just physical things.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's all the
That's so funny.
the personality.
Lifestyle,
It's the personality traits that like come
Yeah.
with it and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's just like we like adapt to it. I think we adapt to each other's personality and like our growth. Like I think better than
That's what a
Probably.
good marriage does.
probably some
Yeah.
siblings. Dog.
It's not the
Yeah.
promise of current love; it's the promise of future love.
That
It
is
says
true.
whatever you turn into, I promise to love that.
Yeah,
That's
because
the hard
that-
part.
because you constantly change as a
Yeah.
person. So
Yeah.
like you have to keep loving them. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
you do.
Yeah.
Got to.
So do you? So
I still love
having
I still love you.
Yeah.
Somehow.
some fucking how.
It's crazy that like every day when I wake up, I'm like, I want to play video games with these two men.
These
Yeah.
It
just
never
these
changes.
guys.
Never
It's like, I don't have
changes.
to think about who I'm playing
Nope.
with. Like I already know
that's
like who I'm
crazy.
playing
Yeah,
with.
that's been a constant. I think
Yeah.
you said that in the summer cast as well.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like,
I like
do
being able
not
to wake
doubt
up
that.
and knowing
I know.
Exactly who I'm
Yep.
playing with.
exactly who I'm playing with,
Yeah.
regardless if it's Call of Duty or if we're
And I
playing
don't have to
off-
call you. It's like, hey, can you be on? So it's like, no, like we have a schedule.
have
we're,
to be
we're,
on.
we're gonna be on playing
Yep.
later on.
What time tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess a question that relates to that, George, you're the only one here with like an actual like brother. What is the difference between TST brotherhood and like actual brotherhood? Like
difference.
being a brother.
Well,
'Cause it's
only when I grew up, I had 2 younger brothers. That was the difference. I was like the older brother.
Okay. And now
Whereas-
I'm you. Wait, what? Why are you guys laughing?
Whereas, and this is not much like you guys are my younger brothers. So that's the difference. Like, so I taught them everything they know, like soccer wise, like mentally, like everything. So I like taught them everything. But like with you guys, we grew together. You know what I'm
You
saying?
taught me
Like,
CTF.
I taught you guys
did
how to
teach me-
play. Yeah.
You did teach me CTF.
That is true.
Now
I'll
it's
tell you-
useless knowledge. It means
Yeah, 'cause we
nothing.
don't play respawn anymore.
Or CTF. It's not even
That
in the
is true.
game.
Dang, we need to play respawn again.
No, apparently it's ass. I don't
No, I
know.
don't think
No,
so.
the spawns
I'm good
are
with
terrible.
S&D. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good with S&D.
S&D plays good too.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you always had like a older brother
Yeah, older
mentality.
brother mentality. Yeah, because my older brothers, by the time I was like 10, my older brothers were gone. So I was just like, I was the oldest brother in the house, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what about? I mean, you have a sister, but what's the difference between like siblings and what we have? Because as an only child,
I mean, me and my sister, she's 4 years younger.
Yeah.
So like we weren't really like friends until we were like till I was probably in high school.
Yeah.
And then we like really became good friends. We're close now, which is tight. But I think the biggest thing is like with her, and I say this all the time, I was never taught how to let someone else win ever.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like if I play ping pong with extended family, if I play cornhole at the function, 10-0.
yeah, you're getting smoked.
If I can 10-0 you,
There's
I will
no mercy.
I will 10-0
There's no
you.
mercy.
And so I grew up with that, playing video games with Haley, Mario Kart, Wii, sports, anything, going as hard as
So
possible.
you had to learn how to lose.
So she's nasty. I just never learned. No, she had to learn how to be great. and she's hyper competitive too, and so it's really fun. But I mean, in terms of that, like I never ever. It's not like I need to go easy on you guys, but
Yep.
like I never go easy on you guys ever. Like when we played those old throwback games, and when I play you in melee,
Yeah.
we never let each other win.
Oh, no.
Like it's go hard all the time.
all the time.
Because you know they can handle it, and they'll
Yeah.
get better because of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm opposite. I think that might be an only child thing.
I was about to say, what about you? Because you didn't have any brothers and sisters. So
Yeah. So I was always letting everyone win.
Yeah.
I let everyone win in everything I ever played.
Really?
Yeah. In everything I ever played. Like if I was
you like seeing them win. You're like, oh, he's excited. Like, he's
yeah, I
having
was the
fun.
kid. I would go over to people's houses and I would like watch them play.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I got Grand Theft Auto. I was like, oh, cool. Like I'll come watch you play.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a system. My parents
Yeah.
bought me a system like a little bit later. Or like we would go over and we play Fusion Frenzy, and I would know I would play against the computer,
Yeah.
and I would play against the level 9 computers
Yeah.
and beat their ass.
Yeah.
So then when my friends came over, I was so much better than them because
Yeah.
they didn't have it. So then I would like let them win.
Yeah, that's-
And it's like something I did my whole life.
He really
Yeah.
does need the sandbag tattoo.
Yeah, that is true. Because you
grew
were
up
sandbagging.
sandbagging. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of saying with what Blake said, because I went hard on my little brothers too. Like I wanted to make them tough too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
growing up, so I was like,
I mean, I don't know if that was my goal. It's just kind of
Yeah.
how it ended up.
yeah, that's just what I did too to my little brothers. Like, hey, you're gonna be good, so I'm gonna go hard on you.
And then
Yeah.
like when you win, like because like Haley would win.
Yeah.
Like when we got older, she would win at like
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium, Mario Strikers, whatever.
Yeah.
She'll win something, and I'm like, yeah,
yeah, I like that.
And
I
she's
like
like,
that.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, bro, she literally like beat her demons,
Yeah.
dog. Yeah.
It's like gotta be thick skin. That's come
Yeah.
from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't think about it until like right now, but there's times where I have to like learn to always be locked at all time. That's why we're so damn good at what we do with 3v3 GBs. Like we get 2 and then we try to, style or like do something fun or like, like reinvent ways to play Call of Duty.
Yep.
But like when it comes to tournaments and like actually locking into tournaments, if we go up 2 rounds, I'm like, oh, we got this. Like I put my, I take my foot off the gas so often.
That's how we lose all the time.
We lose all the time.
It's because I think all 3 of us do that, honestly. Like, we'll be up 2 or 3, and then we think that we could just beat them now, so we just let go of the gas.
Yeah.
We're like, wait, how did we lose?
And I think it's because we played XP ladders our whole life, and we eventually got. Because I remember when XP ladders used to be like terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, we get into a game battles match, and I'm like.
That's as tense as it got. The wagers didn't exist.
Yeah, the first ever game battles match I ever played.
Tournaments.
First ever game battles match I ever played was on Derail. It was on Derail, and you guys stuck me in the warehouse next to the bomb. It's like, just watch the bomb. And then Blake goes up on the little catwalk, and this is before anyone snipes. Blake snipes someone out in the thing, and I was like, oh my God, we just got a kill, like sniping. And I was like sitting there like on my big screen, like had the Tritons on. And my hands are just sweating, like soaked. And like I don't even get, even when like we played the $50,000 tournament the other day, and I'm game 8, round 11. Yeah. And I don't even have shaky hands then or like sweating. I mean, I was nervous for sure. Yeah. But I wasn't like that level of nervous.
Like a physical manifestation of it kind of thing.
No, that's what we talk about all the time. It's like when we first played our GBs, like we were in a close, we were shaking.
Shaking, yeah.
Like, that's how nervous we were.
I mean, it's like that with anything, like more repetition. Because I mean, like, we've been playing Tarkov recently. It's a horror game. I'm literally sitting there, and if George dies in a raid, and I'm sitting there trying to move his stuff, and I hear footsteps, dog, I'm literally wiping my hands, and I'm like, I am 30. I have played video games since I was 12.
Dude, that's
and I'm wiping my hands because this game is just unfamiliar. So, I mean, we've just done it long enough that I think we're just comfortable.
Yeah. Getting that, like, new feeling, because Tarkov is you guys' first extraction game.
Yeah.
And getting that, like, new game feeling, I think is the only time you get that. Like, you play Call of Duty, and you're playing free-for-all in pubs, and you're about to win, you get that feeling.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my
it's
God.
like 2 more kills and I win.
God, like I win. I can win.
Yep.
And then of course, like game battles, you get it even more. And then, like I remember when H1Z1 came out, my first H1Z1 win, I was like shaking.
Like you were in a 1v1, you're like, oh man, like I could win right here.
Oh, my first Fortnite game, dude, I was like hiding in a shed outside of where like Tilted is. Like, but Tilted wasn't there yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
But literally, like, I was just sitting in a shed with the pickaxe, and I was like, oh my God. I'm in the Hunger Games.
I can't believe Fortnite blew up the way it did, because I remember you telling us about that game. Like, you were
Dude, y'all clowned me every day.
Well, you begged us to play that game all the time. It's like, bro, we're not playing.
We could have been millionaires if you listened.
Don't
even start. Don't even start.
You just Uno reverse carded me.
I did.
So
I beat you to it. I'm sure it's written on there somewhere.
I didn't write shit for this. What do you guys think about the 7-year rule? You've probably heard it before.
I've heard it, but what is it again?
If you're friends with someone for 7 years, you're friends with them for life. And some people, but you have to make it to the 7year mark.
Bro,
I mean,
what year are we in?
We're on year 15.
We've been
plus?
chilling.
We're big.
No, you guys are stuck with me.
I knew you since you were 12, and I knew him since he was 15.
No, you guys are stuck with me. Holy.
Yeah. 18, 16.
Yeah.
Or
That's
15.
Something like that. Yeah, in one of the summer casts, we were like, dude, we've been doing this for 7 years. Isn't that crazy? And I was like, dude, that means like TST's been, what date was it? October
31st.
Halloween?
I'm pretty sure.
It was like October.
Or it was September 31st. It was one of those.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
might have
early
been like
October.
1st, you know what I mean?
Might have been September 31st.
Yeah, 2018. That's when we
started.
I
thought it was 2017. Is it
2018? 2018 is when we signed with Elgato, and Hitch got in a call and they said yes, we can be full-time streamers.
Bro,
I remember being so lightheaded.
Oh, I told you guys, I ran out the building.
He ran out of his
To
building.
this day, I still remember that. I'm like, holy.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
That is, yeah, that's. I think. I mean, I still have it somewhere. I have the call.
Yeah.
I have the call.
That would be
you're
insane.
literally like with your headphones in, you can hear the factory behind you. I know we like joke about that, but
Yeah,
like
that's true.
you were in there.
Yeah, I was in there in the warehouse.
Yeah. And you were supposed to be there for that Black Ops 3 tournament because that's when we started. Blake and I were solo casting.
That was like our
because
announcement.
you guys were in Texas, right?
Yeah, a Black Ops 3
Black
tournament.
Ops 3 tournament hosted at the OpTic PUBG house.
PUBG house. That's how long this shit's been going on.
Yep.
And you were supposed to be there, but your house flooded or something. Your
Yes.
apartment flooded.
Yes,
So
I
you
was
couldn't be there.
moving. Yeah, I moved to the other apartment. Dude, that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah, we called you in, and then, dude, it feels like forever ago. But at this point, like
No, it does.
we're at the point now where it's not because we talk about the different way. Even in the summer cast, or no, even in the conversation with video,
Yeah.
where I mean, Blake's like 20 pounds lighter.
Yep.
We all look so different. 30 pounds lighter. We all look super different.
Super
George didn't
different.
have a beard.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
It's like
I think it was just starting to grow, but I always shaved
and
it.
even then in that video, at one point I say, yeah, there's probably been like 3 different phases of Team Summertime at this point. And I said it back then.
Back then?
I was like, we get on and we're just trying to figure out what we're doing. And I'm listening to myself like, shut the fuck
Now
up.
there's so many. There's been so many
Duh,
phases
you
by
don't
now.
even know. You don't even know
That's
what's
just the
going on.
beginning.
We always make fun of the Sea of Thieves streams because
dude.
that's when we didn't know
Yeah.
What to
We
play.
didn't know what to play. We didn't know what we were. We didn't know what we were.
Oh, bro, I remember the first few days. I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, the funniest part, and then we talked about this on podcasts before, but George and I literally went from I worked basically an office job, and then pretty much moonlighted photography business, which I still do, but Steph runs the majority of it. And you worked inventory management at a factory. So we went from literally it was a day. Like literally call.
Next day.
It was like a Thursday or a Friday, and I was like, hey, like talking to my dad, I was like, I'm not gonna be in Monday, like you know. And he was like super happy for us and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, very supportive. But it was literally from that into I sit in my closet and game, no webcam, just
webcam.
audio.
Yeah.
And so the
That was the
webcam
weird
was
part.
just us on your stream playing with you because we didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
Yeah.
There
And
was-
so we did that for 8 hours, and then I got up and I was like,
Is that it?
am I done?
"Is that what I do now?"
that was the weird
That
part.
was so odd.
Because like our faces weren't shown, and it was like only your gameplay. So I was like, I don't even know if that is that all we're supposed to do. And then we
I was
got
like,
off.
I have to be doing something. I was like, I got to find a personality.
Yeah.
You know, like I have to figure out how to
Yeah.
be impactful.
Yeah.
And how to make content unique.
Yeah. And it's funny because like people don't remember that
Yeah,
time
that era.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
Because we've gone through so many different phases of TST that like that first couple of months in the first summer cast, because I think we started the summer cast like a week after, and it has since disappeared. But
Hey, soon.
I was low key thinking like unironically,
We might have to.
Phase 7.
we might need to bring it back.
Episode 5.
Depending on how this episode goes.
Yeah, if y'all like this one, check out the summer cast.
Depending on how this one goes. But in the summer cast at one point I was like, yeah, it's been a great like first week. We actually just had our first like content business meeting. And I was like,
It just hit you different.
it's like content. And then I was like, holy shit, we used to do that.
I
Yeah.
mean, dude, I have notebooks full.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah.
still take notes and stuff. It's just different stuff. Like now we do it for like sponsored streams and tournaments
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's a little different, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
But I remember thinking like, saying like every Friday we're going to like talk.
I mean, it was cool
Yeah.
to just be able to do that in the first place.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, our photography wise, I remember the first time me and Steph like went to a coffee shop and like talked about photography business. I was like, yo, we're actually doing this.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
hype. So, I mean, to be able to do that in gaming with your two friends that you just game for fun with strictly before that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think phase one, if we're being serious,
Yeah.
is TST before the YouTube channel. Because I was uploading TST videos, I was editing
Hitch?
on Hitch Ride.
Oh,
and I was
really?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I forgot
thought
about
we
that.
started with a YouTube channel.
the whole Raft series is on Hitch
oh,
Ride.
really?
Yeah.
So it's not like I ever doubted your content ability, but in terms of like cringe levels, it's like him, me, you. You're like you're way down there. Sorry. But in terms of like, and normally in gaming, how cringe you can be most of the time determines how your content is kind of doing. And cringe is a loose word, but basically like, can you turn your personality up
a little
and
bit,
make some content? Because if you're normally just sitting there playing video game, lights off in your room, it's not funny. No one else wants to watch it. That's no one. I don't know why anyone would do that unless you're absolutely nasty. But when we played Raft and you carried his body
me up.
and he threw you off the boat, I was like, we could do it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That was
I
like,
We can
remember
make
that.
it.
that was such an important
I didn't
moment.
know Content George yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was no,
Well,
I don't
there
think
wasn't.
you knew Content
Yeah,
George.
there was no content, George. That was like me exploring stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember you were like, yo, you need a resume. You need a resume. And then I picked
you up and you were like, and you just threw me
It was
off
so
the
simple,
side.
but it was so significant
so
at the same
funny.
time.
Yeah, it's just like, because I mean, it was always going to be a risk.
Yeah.
It was always going to be a risk that this was not going to. I mean, I remember like people, it was either a tweet or like a Reddit post or something.
Yeah.
Because Vision, it was like probably 3 or 4 months after I stopped Vision. Like there was very little time of me trying to do it on my own before I was like, yo, it would be stupid not to try this. So it was during. It was during that time when we started, and so Vision was kind of like in a weird spot. OpTic content was in a weird spot, and somebody tweeted or Reddit post that said, "Hey, like Hitch, I know you're trying the TST thing, but it doesn't look like it's doing very well. You should come back and save this." And I remember like being, I remember it was like a knife, because I was like, no one's doing like what we're about to do. We could do what like Nick Merckx does with MFAM, or we could do like what content groups do. And then it was not as smooth as it
never is.
It sounded great, but then you actually spawn in.
Yeah. You try to execute it. You're like, wait, how do I even start?
Yeah. And it's just like it takes a while to get that momentum, and you got to do something a little bit different. And luckily, when we did the 3 webcam thing,
Shout out Apex, right?
shout out Apex. Yeah.
The reason we say shout out Apex, and if you're hearing this for the 3rd time, I apologize, but we'll make it quick. Apex randomly, it was the best kept secret in gaming.
Best kept.
It randomly came out on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we said 3v3 BR. And so the teaser streams were sick. And they were like 12-hour teaser streams. And they were showing like Wraith character abilities and her portal and like Pathfinder and stuff. And so we were like reacting to it. And chat wanted to see our reactions to it and hear us basically podcast. And it was like, let's just get into Discord call and I'll put your cameras on screen. And then we never went back.
And then we never went back.
Never
went back.
And then there's a reason we have a command in our chat that's how do they get the 3 cameras on stream? Exclamation cams or whatever it is.
That's crazy,
Yep.
dude.
Phase 8.
Yep. Phase 8.
Dude, it is wild because the Apex like launch stream is only on console, I believe. It might have been on
think it was
PC.
only
Do you know if
console.
it launched on PC?
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea, to be honest.
I mean, did you have a yeah, you had a PC at the time because you played H1.
Yeah.
I had a PC I had a PC,
But you streamed on it.
but I only
Well, it's like
streamed.
we all gamed on console until MW19 is when you started.
until after Warzone came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I had to play on PC for that tournament. For that tournament that we used to get you guys PCs.
Yep.
Wait, to get you guys to get you guys PCs so that you could dual PC. That you had to play on PC, but no one had ever played controller on PC. And I was like, well, I'm not playing mouse and keyboard. I'm gonna suck. Like, even is there aim assist? And they were like, yeah, there's an aim assist. And no, I was the only player in the entire
With a
tournament
controller?
with the controller.
That's actually insane.
Aiden eventually plugged in his controller.
He saw you. He's like, hold on, wait a minute.
He's like, that guy can't be that good. But yeah, it was like a bunch of because no one. It was like like a bunch of just strictly creators.
Yeah.
And And then, lo and behold, now
Everyone does it.
everyone plays, you just had no idea how good the aim assist was going to be because prior to MW19, there was no cross-platform, so you could never play against a mouse and keyboard player. And I don't know. But anyway, that's how you guys. That's how we eventually got the PCs for that.
Yep.
Yeah. So what out of all the phases? Let's talk phases. What was your favorite phase of TST?
Oof, that's tough.
I
I mean,
mean,
2019 is always going to be up there.
I really think in terms of favorite, I mean, I think there's different metrics of it. Like in terms of what do I think the coolest stuff we get to be involved in is, I actually think that's, that continues to be now.
Yeah.
Because I think those things do grow. Obviously, at the time, I could have never envisioned being a part of OpTic as the three of us, and especially when OpTic basically was gone. I was like, well, that will never happen. So it's cool to be able to be a part of that and be on stage hosting majors and interacting with the crowd and stuff. That's awesome. That's insane. I never envisioned that.
Yeah.
But in terms of like other eras, I'd probably say Black Ops 4 and MW19, I think, are the most effortless
Very
phases
easy picks.
of TST.
That's what I was going to say.
Where it's you get on, you don't really have to think too hard, and we do what we did when we were 16, and people love it, and the metrics are good. That's the dream for anybody. To play a game you love with people you like playing with. You don't have to force anything, and it's good content. So Black Ops 4 and MW19, game-wise, a lot of people would say, like, why MW19? Well, like, a lot of people don't know. We literally talked to UMG and said, hey, can you build us a rule set that will let us play with one-tap deagles, dead silence, sprint boost, and throwing knives? And that
custom rule set,
that made our year.
And like custom blueprints and lasers and
just all the funky stuff.
Anything fun. We just wanted some fun in the game and still to
competitive.
be competitive.
Yeah, still competitive.
And so that playlist became populated, and we had games every night. Get on, GBs, voice changers, antics, new guns, new skins, executions, all of it.
That's what I was going to say.
was
That's
all
why I
very
like Black
organic.
Ops 4 in 2019 because it was effortless, like you said. Like we got on every day and it was just effortless. We just knew exactly what we were doing. It was fun. We were chaotic. We would jump up in our chairs, just be fun.
yeah.
And that I think that just comes to that's a good game, and it's something that's in our wheelhouse. It's easy.
Yep.
It's if you could pick creators from, if you closed your eyes and said, give me 3 creators to play Call of Duty S&D, we're going to make the list.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I love that stuff.
I would also say, though, the phase of us trying new games.
That's
Like,
I think, is if
is
you
my-
really boiled it down,
would
I
be-
think that's the win.
Because, like, we don't really get to explore any other games besides Call of Duty because that's where we started from. But, like, trying out Apex, trying out Valorant, trying out whatever other game. Like, I was addicted to Valorant for, like, a year and a half.
Oh, 100%.
Just
I was
'cause of-
addicted to Apex. Same thing.
Same thing. Like, exploring new games, like, that was fun.
And to get good response from them too. I think the 100 hours videos, if you really boiled it down, that's probably our best content that we ever released.
Yeah.
Because it has the same vibes of GBs, of us bickering sometimes and like absolutely celebrating sometimes and stunning on people and getting stunted on by people. It was a great mix of that. Very gaming centric content. It's not like, I love our React videos. I think we're good at them, but it is more of a, this is what YouTube likes right now, so feed it this.
Yeah.
It was a very cool video concept, and it was cool to be able to branch out and still find a lot of love from it.
Yeah, I think the 100 hours. I think the first 100 hours of Apex video, the one that's like the top on our channel, is like the best video I've ever been a part of. Like it is.
There's a reason,
I think everything is so perfect in it. I think True killed the edit. I was really happy with the script. I really liked the balance of what we did. I liked how we played. I liked the storyline. I mean, it's like we had never made a video like that. We had never made like a full like scripted video.
I mean, it was like, how long do you think gameplay wise, like of streams?
like a month, like maybe 3 weeks.
Because we grinded.
Yeah,
like
we
those
grinded.
first
Oh, the
couple days,
first one,
you know what I
bro.
mean? Those
Wait.
first couple days were like 14-hour days.
Yeah,
dog.
they were
So like
insane.
maybe 3
Yeah.
weeks,
3 weeks,
Yeah,
probably.
something like
2
that.
weeks, something like that. Yeah.
And just like keeping track because with the 100-hour series we tried it with Call of Duty and we tried it with Vanguard, but I raged
Because it wouldn't let you play ranked with us, and so I would have to get on your account every afternoon and level up his account, and then he played AR. And it hated AR.
I played AR and I couldn't get hill time, and
that was a good call. We went straight to Apex.
It was straight to Apex, and it was just so much better. And plus, at the time, Valorant had Vanguard had like a hackers and rank play issue, which is always going to be an issue
forever.
Yeah, as long as we're on PC. So,
would you say that's your favorite era though? Trying the 100-hour series.
The edit.
Yeah, just the 100-hour series era, I guess.
Era? No, because it was really great for YouTube, and I think one thing that helps us as a threesome.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get by it.
Yeah, he tried.
And one thing that helps us, and also one thing that pulls us apart sometimes, is I think extremely YouTube, and you guys think extremely stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I was very happy with the 100-hour series, but I mean, it also kind of it's really hard to do both. It's really hard to stream in a 100-hour series and have a successful stream.
Yeah.
Because the videos are great. The Valorant 100 hours might hit 1 million pretty soon. Both Apex 100 hours did really, really well.
I just realized we don't have Diamond Daddies out yet.
What do you mean?
Do we?
Oh, dude, I don't even know if we're gonna put that out.
I was gonna say, I was like, we never.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
video.
cool to have in the back pocket.
it is.
but-
It is cool.
Yeah.
But it's Modern Warfare 2 ranked.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know what I mean? And it's Apex ranked from 4 seasons ago. So I
That
think
is
it's
true.
I think it's
It
too
might be
late.
chalk.
I think it's too late
It was.
now.
I mean, it was still a good stream.
It was-
Like,
Those-
It gave us something to focus
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
while we just literally did nothing before
Yeah.
MW3 came out.
yeah.
But yeah, I loved that part of it. But if you watch, I mean, if you the Valorant video did really well, but if you watch the chat replay on the Valorant videos, ain't nobody chatting.
No, it's slow. Yeah, it's slow.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's hard.
It was made for YouTube. It's not
Yeah.
really one that blanket covers both.
So I was very happy. Dude, I was over the moon that the 100-hour series worked.
Yeah.
Because I was scared it wasn't going to work. I remember one point, I was like, dude, we have to do this for the video, and yada yada. I'm thinking for the video at all times. And at one time, and 30 hours in, Blake's like, nah, we just play Apex now. That's just what we do. We just play Apex. And I was like, yeah, but the video. And he was like, man, it's just gonna get 20K views anyway. And I was just like, no, it's not. Don't put it in the air. But then it did do well, and I was like, okay, so we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
And so I like knowing that we have the ability to do it, but the way that we keep our head above water and also pay the people that need to be paid that work with us is Twitch.
It's Twitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to put Twitch first.
Yeah.
It's what we've always had to do. But if it ever gets to a point where we're crushing it on Twitch, and we also come up with a YouTube series, it has the potential to pop. We know how to make those videos. So I was happy with it. But that's not my favorite era. I think as
Black
you know, as whatever was going on in the world, that aside, the COVID year was unreal.
Oh, it's on.
I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah.
What happened? I don't know if we'll ever get it back. I hope we will. But
I mean, you tweeted it out. We were top what?
We were 19.
Yeah, Blake said it.
We were
Top
the
20.
number 19 most subbed stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
I
I remember
remember
laying on my couch and I was just like,
How?
No, I remember seeing us pass Dr. Lupo, and I was like, and this is before we knew Dr. Lupo. And now he's like a friend of ours, but I remember seeing it, and he was the pinnacle. It was Ninja.
No, it was
Tim the
that's
Tatman, Nick
Ninja's
Merckx.
duo, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, we just passed him, and I'm scrolling down, and I'm seeing us pass motherfuckers I grew up watching. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I was like, what is going on?
No, it's insane.
18,000 subs, 19,000 subs every day. People are just like, dude, I see you tweet out your stream, and every day you're on a 500 sub
Yeah.
train. I'm
It's
just
weird how people I don't even know how they find it. They flock to sub trains.
Yeah, they do.
Viewers. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Even in other of our peers in Call of Duty, if they're on a sub train, people just come in and like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's just like you hear noise when you're out somewhere, and people are just like, hey.
Maybe tweet out the stream like, hey, 500 sub train.
We just started. We just started.
We get blacklisted somehow, dude. Somehow.
Hey, yo, 500 sub train, and then
Yep.
it's like the that's a Raven
Yeah.
gif.
that's
Season to the future.
That's the next tweet.
Yeah.
That's
That's like 200 IQ.
That's Wednesday's stream link for sure.
It might be.
yeah.
It might be
For sure.
So, what do you think about Modern Warfare 3? You think we're gonna get? You think we're gonna get some of that magic back?
Yeah, we've
I
already
think
got
so.
it.
Yeah.
It's already there.
I think so.
I mean, I love the tournament series that you've been hosting and that we've been a part of hosting. They definitely do put a pause in terms of the, hey, we'll do 3v3s in a second.
Right,
Let
yeah,
us
yeah.
get these out because there are Activision deadlines where we have to do these things before Warzone drops. Let us run these tournaments, and there's been a lot of praise, a lot of great community feedback from it, and you won $6,000,
Yeah.
which is
The
great.
Pro
You
Sim
won
tournament?
slightly less, but
Slightly less.
Yeah, slightly
What
less,
happened?
but you
Hey,
can't.
you haven't gotten paid out yet.
You
Just so
can't,
you know.
can't say that way.
Just
You
so you
didn't
know.
gun him. If you gunned him,
Yeah,
you can say
that's true.
that. You
Bro,
gunned
could
his
you
teammate.
imagine? There's a world. It's me and you, round 11.
I was ready for it. I was ready
You
to
were
live
ready
in that
for it?
world.
Imagine-
I was already standing up.
I couldn't imagine, bro.
Dude, I don't know. If I was last alive and I said, who is it? If they could have said they could have said Hydra, and I'd be like, all right, cool.
All right.
And I would have locked in. If they said you, I would have been nervous as
yeah.
Dude,
fuck.
no,
It's
you
because
have
we
to
know
go
each
Hunger
other,
Games.
so
You
it's
got to
like
both eat the berries.
Yeah.
You get in the
Yeah.
middle and you just hug it out and let the time go down.
Oh, dude, I know the three places I would have checked. Immediately, I know the three places I would have checked.
Say, you know the Tarkov peak where you go like this, like
Yeah,
friendly?
that's what I'm saying.
Friendly wiggle.
I was like, I would have somehow like found a way.
We look at each other and jump off the map.
Dude.
draw somehow.
Yeah, but
But I mean, again, we've already had a couple moments of like 3v3s and like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
nights playing a good COD with Dead Silence, red dots in the minimap, good snipes, like on good maps.
Right.
They're all maps that we grew up loving. It's our favorite game, MW 2009. And you've already 360 no scoped, wall banged to dude through the
plane.
plane on terminal.
Bro, I was
I've-
looking through our top clips. That's by far the top clip in
No,
our
it's-
channel. It's insane.
That one?
Yeah, it hitches 360
Oh, is it
off.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Unlike-
didn't know that.
unlike what?
It's
TikTok
got like
viewed
it's got like
clips?
2K views
Like
where?
Twitch
on our
clips?
Twitch.
Twitch clips. Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. I feel like I wonder like all time what our most viewed is on the channel. I'll have to look.
It's it's something that like it's some sort of like drama thing.
Oh, really?
Like some sort of like Jake Lucky
gaming.
tweeted
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I believe it's the Gulag song.
That would
Oh,
make a lot of
make
sense.
That would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
The Around the Bar podcast is presented by Center. Center offers all natural hemp-derived CBD beverages with premium ingredients to help you find clarity and focus in everyday life. At your bar, Center could be a great addition to your mixed drinks. Add the balance powder to your drink of choice for a CBD boost without changing the flavor of your drink. Center can also serve as a tasty alcohol alternative. A favorite mix of mine is the unsweetened CBD sparkling drink with a pomegranate relaxed flavor of CBD powder. Center has supported many of the podcasts, the OpTic podcast, the Flycast, and of course now Around the Bar. It's a great product. Please go check it out. Take a sip, take a moment, find your Center. Use OpTic 25 for 25% off your first order today. Go to findyourcenter.com and also follow the guys on Instagram. They're doing giveaways and stuff all the time. So at findyourcenter on Instagram as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to Center for sponsoring the first season of Around the Bar. And thank you for Austin Cox for making that wonderful, wonderful drink. All right, back to the podcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, 3v3 moments have
One
already
hit wonder.
started to. Damn. Hey, what about what about
Yeah.
what about Russ got a
Russ Gotta Go is actually one of my favorites.
There's like I literally think there's like Hitch's greatest hits volume 11. Dude,
on
there's
our
many.
channel.
There's so many.
Dude, I think there's like 11.
There's
Yeah,
so
there's-
many.
Oh my god.
But it's a good COD game. I'm excited to get into 3v3s, but let us cook with these tournaments first,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
we have 10 months to play 3v3s and
We do.
tournaments and play pubs and run riot shields and shotguns.
We
and-
already, and I think this will be a game that is fun to collab with too. Like we've already played with Nick and Yingling, and I'm sure we could play. You know, I mean Seth and Zen and you know Bose and people are like freed up this year. You know, because
Yep.
they're not playing. So and back in the day, like Seth used to play Old Men of OpTic matches off stream, or like when he was done scrimming and stuff. So I'm sure we'll be able to collab in this game, and I think people will enjoy collabing as well. Like I think that shit would just be fun.
It's just I mean, it's COD that people know. And I think that's what they're trying to sell. They sold that last year, but it was mostly to like dads that play on like, 55-inch TVs with footstep audio and all that. Horrible comp game, horrible S&D game. But this is that game just made with the tweaks that we like too.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like all these tournaments. I've enjoyed just watching. Like all the games are competitive.
I mean,
like it's fun
it's
to watch.
been 3
The maps
years
are
since
good.
I've watched COD and wanted to play what I'm watching.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's been a
Like,
long
time.
Yeah. Even like the only time I would get a little bit of an itch is like sometimes in Vanguard, and then you go play Vanguard and you're like, nah.
No. I see one building on fire and I'm like, I'm out.
No, they went crazy with the planks and the walls. That's one of the craziest decisions in COD history.
Nah, they literally let door guy was banging someone's wife, 100%.
They were like, people were like, no, we don't like doors, and so they were like, we'll give you doors and plank walls
And plank walls.
and like
And you have to bash them in with your elbows.
you have to Kool-Aid man them.
yeah, the Kool-Aid man.
Nah, that was
And
insane.
we have windows that break, but you can't close them.
That was insane. Dude, trying to open the shutters on Berlin,
On Berlin,
can't get in. Anybody know a different way to get in? I can't get into B-Bomb.
can't get in. It's not possible.
No.
Yeah, but I think the phases is something that we'll always look back on. And what kind of phase do you think we're in currently? Actually, pre Modern Warfare 3 drop. So that's like the last two I would say 2-ish years.
I mean, if from a business sense, now that we have Atlas and True as like, hey, we need to, make enough money for this. It's not just like, oh, we had a shitty month, so we're going to make less money. It's like, no, we need to make at least this amount.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to be able to like now be able to focus more on like, hey, let's figure out other avenues to make revenue. Like with sponsor streams and stuff, it's awesome to go out and do an Amazon gig that pays really well.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I don't have to stress about begging for sub trains to pay our employees. I use that.
That's what I love,
I never call
too,
them
yeah.
employees, but employees. It's cool to be able to find other ways to still meet the same goal and potentially use big CEO suit and tie dollars to pay those same things, rather than people that show up every night and support our stream, which I'm super thankful for, and I love sub trains. But just I like that avenue.
Yeah, I also think over the last 2 years, like with COD going down, we have discovered like
New games.
new games, but also like how good we are at React videos and YouTube and that whole side of things. I mean, I think if you ask a random person who knows who we are, like how do you know them? It's either OpTic or React videos.
React is the Apex React stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, if it's like, what do you know me for? It's like React videos. It's like, well, that's cool, but like I actually really like them. I do take some pride in them.
Right.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
It's like I really enjoy watching them.
Yeah.
And I know content is mid when you rewatch it back and you're like, I don't really want to watch this one. But I watch all of our React videos and I like them a lot. I think we bounce off each other well and make it an actual form of secondary content.
Yeah, I feel like because there's just 3 of us, like we can bounce off each other and make jokes like that. That's why I think that our React videos are so good.
Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. I think where we shine is where we can use the chemistry that we've built up to like our advantage.
Yeah, and just add on to a joke. Just keep going with it. I think that's what we're good at. Just adding on a little more.
I mean, dude, like that stupid intro thing started as a joke.
Yeah. And now
And now
we do it every
video.
We're running out of them.
Yeah, they're fun though.
At what point in TST was it like holy shit, I can't believe this is happening? Like as far as an opportunity that came up, or a room that we were in, or a game that we were playing with, or a collab that we did. At what point were you like, holy shit, like I can't believe we made it?
Hosting the first OpTic major was crazy.
That was nuts.
Because
when we played Among Us too,
that was
was mind blowing.
That was a why why am I here?
No, like that hurt my brain to even think. I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
how are we in this lobby? I was like,
That's I do.
Yeah.
I will.
And I mean, it's because of Marcel.
I will
Yeah.
love Marcel forever for that.
no,
But that was
Marcel's a real one
crazy.
for that. Like we were in a lobby with Ninja, Valkyrie, Pokimane. I was like, what's
like,
happening?
dude,
We have a
Oh.
TST meme forever
that
is
was
from
when I was like, holy shit.
from
like,
Ray.
Yeah.
Like that's it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
the
so
on
funny.
TST thing.
And she's
Yeah.
dancing with the with entire K-pop groups,
Yeah.
like making TikToks that are viral. I'm like, yeah, we played Among Us with her.
Yeah.
We said on TST to her.
I love that we did have our own clip.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
and
on
and
TST.
Hitch when you killed whoever it was.
Dr. Lupo.
And then
And
Ninja
then-
goes, "Don't even say anything, Hitch."
Dude.
that clip is so
That
good.
is such
That
a
is
good
such
clip.
a good
That's
clip.
a good clip
And
too.
Ray's going in front of everyone, and I just
Just head to the
I
mic.
just put my head down, dude. We have to find that. We have to find that.
It's such a good clip.
Fuck.
In front of everyone. Yeah, for real. In front of everyone.
Wait, it wasn't.
Family is a very like Disney family, and so Jordan Fisher, who was in those Among Us lobbies, he does tons of other stuff. It's just this one specific thing. He sings on one of the Disney fireworks shows.
Right.
And so when we went to Disney one time, like my dad is so proud of like TST and all that stuff. My
Yeah.
mom too, but my dad loves selling that. He's just a natural salesman. So he was sitting there and he was like, the fireworks show to one of my grandparents was like, Blake played video games with this guy like singing here, and I was like, oh my god, Dad.
That's really funny.
That's so
Yeah, I remember. I think to tack on to the Among Us thing, like obviously we're in the lobby, and I'm trying to play it like I'd been here before, but I ain't been there before. I mean, I've been in some rooms where I'm like, damn, this is. I remember the first time like talking to Nate Shot and Hex, and like I was just like, dude, I can't believe I'm here. You know, I've had that feeling.
Yeah.
But to be in a lobby with it was like Ninja, Lupo, Marcel, Ray,
Insane.
Pokimane. It was just like listed a toast, and it's just like listed off, and I'm like, what the hell?
No.
And Jordan Fisher's in there, and then Jordan Fisher DMs me like privately, and it's like, hey, I'm doing like a charity stream in a couple days, like, and I want you to be a part of it, like me personally. And I was like, what is what the fuck? Because we're really well knowledgeable, and we have made a pretty good name for ourselves. Well knowledgeable.
I know what you meant, like recognizable or
Like we
know other people. Or
we,
what?
yeah, like we're well
connected.
connected. That's what I was going for
Okay.
in the Call of Duty scene.
Yep.
Like it's really like hanging out with Seth is like hanging out with one of the boys.
But
And
outside of it?
there are so many people out there that if they saw Seth, they would be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
But when it comes, I think one thing in the Call of Duty space specifically, other than Seth and Nade, branching out is not something that we do very often. Like you don't see very many people that came up in Call of Duty that branch out and go do stuff with the people in Cali, like with the OTKs and the OTVs and stuff. And so being in that lobby, I was like, holy shit. Like, and then, I don't know. It just felt so strange being there. And it's something that like is kind of a regret. Like I wish
of like doing more of it.
we would have gone a little harder.
That's what you always say.
I gotta
like,
be honest though, and it's not that like I dwell on it. I don't rue it.
I don't really.
Yeah. But it's not really something I like dwell on. But I honestly think like at the time I didn't have the skill set to give it any more than we gave it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Because one thing I think about a lot, and it's like there are characters in streaming, and I'm not talking about necessarily like Doc. You don't have to put on a wig
Right.
to do it. Like Jack is Courage JD on stream.
True.
He is extra.
Unapologetic.
He will join someone else's Discord server, and this was even before Lamborghini Urus Jack. Will join someone's Discord and yell and call out someone specifically. And he's a smaller creator than that person is. He plays the game really well, and he is fearless in
who he
bringing
is.
Courage JD, the entertainer, onto a broadcast. That's something I still struggle with.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
And it's very hard to play that version of yourself in a room where you are the smallest creator.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, I mean, dog, I got into an argument with Ninja and told him he probably didn't get enough sleep because he was he like, you know, he was acting weird. I was like, you needed to take a longer nap. And then he like DM'd me, was like, yo, really sorry about last night. I did need more sleep. And I was like, what am I doing? I was like, I'm an idiot. But I legitimately don't think I could have played up any more personality than I had to give just based on how long we've been doing content.
Right.
So I don't really look at it as a regret. It's just we got a crazy opportunity so early that I didn't really know how to deal with it. So I think it was a good learning. Like right now, you know, if we get into, let's say another game blows up, some weird little co-op game and we get into it, I can play it up a little bit more. It's not like I have enough numbers now. It's like, no, I've been around long enough to know what I can bring to a stream from an entertainment stance. So
I agree. I mean, I think this past off season, like sitting next to like people that we grew up watching, because it's a little bit different than Call of Duty, which is like professional like Smash casters, and also like sitting next to Slime and Nick. I didn't know how we were gonna do there.
Yeah.
Because like the wit between like the Yard podcast and then also the wit between Smash commentators. I don't know if we would have been able to hang like 4 years ago.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
But like sitting down with them, and I'm like, I think the door opened for us for Among Us, and I don't think any of us were ready. Like
I for sure wasn't ready.
I was not. If you give me that same opportunity again, I hope I do as well as we did the first time.
Yeah.
I
think we did well for
I
our
can't
first
give
time.
you any better than that. Like, I really
oh
can't.
yeah, I get what you're saying. Like
If you
back
give me that
then-
exact same opportunity, put me in the same shoes, same
Right.
experience level, I'm glad I just didn't mess anything up.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't
Yeah.
don't invite that guy again. I hope
Yeah.
it's not like that. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it didn't go like that
I mean,
because it could.
The first thing that happened is like I messed up with my voice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you didn't like mute out.
Mute out.
and-
and stuff.
Should I kill Ninja off the bat?
Should I kill Ninja off the bat?
It's like I don't know. I look at it more of I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, but it's definitely a learning thing more than it's not like a loss. It was
Right,
just
right.
like
It's a learning
that
for
was
sure.
crazy that we got that opportunity.
Yeah. It's crazy seeing people that were that smallest creator and crush it. Like, who knows if it's their first time, but that's the time that you see. Like what you're saying with Jack. Like,
I mean, I think about that with Toast.
Jack gets that raid. Toast capitalizes off of I mean, he was somebody.
Yes.
Obviously, I think
sure.
he played TFT or something like that. Do you know what Toast played before?
I
do
only
not.
knew
I
about
do not.
Toast from Among
From
Us.
Yeah,
Among Us.
that's how I know Toast.
Exactly.
I would assume that's where most people
He
know
played
from.
like Hearthstone or TFT or something like
Yeah.
that, and he was really big in that scene. But then Among Us happens, and obviously,
He blew up.
yeah,
I mean,
it goes through the
what I
roof.
was talking about with Jack. I mean, I think Ludwig's the same way.
I was about to. That was my next point. It's
Yeah.
like Ludwig, like with Among Us and chess and Among Us, like he's the smallest creator in the room,
Yeah.
and
The presence,
takes over the show.
The presence
And
is
that's
insane,
That's
yeah.
something that we can do when we're together.
Yes.
We're together.
But
yeah.
when
And
we're
you separate
separate,
it, we're in a different call.
yeah,
And like,
exactly.
dude, I mean,
That's one thing
like,
I've definitely for sure try to improve at wherever I go. Even like when
Yeah.
I'm solo streaming or anything, like I try to improve on that for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like being
It's so
in
hard.
school, and
Yeah.
like
Same, yeah.
they're picking project partners, and you get put with someone else. It's like, oh no,
no.
hold on,
Yeah,
I don't know how to work without that
right,
person.
right.
Exactly.
And I have a little bit of like an experience outside of it because of like OpTic, but I mean I have a sponsored thing coming up in 2 weeks where I go and play soccer in New York with 14 other creators.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't there.
Yeah.
OpTic's not there. I'm flying there by myself, dog. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, a joke could not land.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
We would never let
Like
a
some-
jo-
yeah.
Y'all would never
no,
let
we would
a
never
joke-
let a joke not hit.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, your shoes are muddy. Y'all be like, muddy shoes. You dumbass muddy shoes
Oh,
over
you
there.
try to throw a sus joke and everyone just looks at you.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, dog, that's what I'm saying.
like, oh, never mind.
what is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't understand your joke, so it could hit different.
And I
so.
think that's something that we've gotten better at.
Yeah.
And I think if that door ever opens up, because who knows if another Fortnite's going to happen or another Among Us is going to happen. But if it does,
I'm gonna be like, you go, baby.
yeah,
Whoever gets
Exactly.
the opportunity, you do you,
go.
baby. Come on.
I think a good example of us doing as good as we possibly could was the Purge server.
Yeah.
I think that's
yeah.
as good at the time as we could possibly do.
I would agree.
But if something else comes up like that,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna crush it even harder. Like,
Yeah, I think we're way more experienced now for sure.
yeah,
Oh, I mean, when at off season, I mean, you're running around like crazy anyway. So, and
Yeah.
you were just like, hey, the Guitar Hero guys need you to intro them. Can you intro all the Guitar Hero guys? And I was like, yeah, I got you.
I was like, I don't know.
Put me in there. I don't know any of their names.
Right.
But, I mean, put me in there, 2 years ago and say, hey, open the show, talk to Corey,
yep,
learn their names,
Right.
introduce all of them, respect their scene that you know nothing about. I know nothing about Guitar
Like, by the
Hero.
way, this is Guitar Hero. This is the biggest Guitar Hero streamer in the world.
This is Mr. Guitar Hero.
This is the biggest
Yeah.
guy.
Get their names right, intro the show, ask questions. I mean, we have no training in that. So it's cool to get in that situation and hit a par. Get
Yeah.
par for the course. It's nice. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of growth there.
Yeah. So I think it's something that that will. It's great to see us like constantly improve too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Like going back and watching us is like we're saying all these things and we're saying shit and I'm like, damn, that was a bad idea. Like, like we should not have been doing that. But then I see the summer cast. And I'm like, that was a good idea. We should bring this shit back.
Yeah, we need more of that.
What has been the we talk about the best part. What's been the worst part? What as far as phase, as far as era, as far as times where you're like, damn, what? What's
I mean,
going on?
you kind of hit it on it earlier, but I think it's really difficult with anything in a creative space. People are gonna have different passions and different ideas or things that they're into at different times. You can't really restrict someone's creative process and say like, well, I'm into this right now. You need to be into this right now. It's just hard to do, even when it's just a duo. So you put three of us, and we all have different interests, and we're consuming different content, and we're basically trying to regurgitate or recreate content at the same time. And it's hard when we're not all aligned. When we're
Especially-
aligned, you can tell. And if you're slightly aligned, or we have a different game that we want to play, or he's focused on this or whatever, it's fine. You still make it work, and you do the group content. It's not like you always have to have the same interests. But that's when it's at its hardest, is if one or two of us have a different goal, and it's like, I can't align you right now, because like this is just what I'm into right now. Like
See,
everything's
that's-
going through different stuff.
That's the problem with like having a terrible COD. Like we're playing other games and then we're trying to do content one way, and then like it'll be like me and you we want to play this game, and then it's like, no, let's play this game.
I mean, that's how Valorant was.
And then we're like,
It's like, dude, we're literally. I mean, we streamed Valorant damn near every afternoon.
Yeah.
We would play Valorant literally until Hitch said, all right, we need to go live.
Yeah, and then
And
we're
so
like,
then we go live for TSD, and it's like ripping us away from a game that we love. And it's not that it's the most financially, it's not like, our Valorant streams are crushing it. Like, we need to not do this. It's just
we
like,
play
this is what I
Valorant.
like right now,
Yeah.
which is hard.
If our Val streams, because it's so hard. You learn when you first get into content, like don't dwell on the numbers.
Yeah.
But when you got to pay motherfuckers,
That's
and
when it
you got to get paid and support, significant others. And now we all got dogs and shit. It's like you got to look at the number. You have to dwell on the numbers.
You got to play numbers a little bit for sure.
Yeah, and it's hard because I think we hit what is like not our peak, but like what we are the best at. We found it so early.
Yeah.
We found it so. I mean, we streamed for what, like 8 months before we started like really popping off in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
We even tried Blackout. We tried Sea of Thieves. We tried like story games and shit.
Oh yeah.
We were trying everything, but then we were like, well, let's just keep playing GBs for a little bit, and then GBs like popped, and then that transitions into Modern Warfare.
Yep.
2019, and I'm just like, dude, this is what we are best at, and people are recognizing it. And that was in year 2.
It's,
I mean, that's one of our
very
most
lucky.
that's one of our most asked questions in our jobs. Like, hey, did I miss 3v3 GBs?
Yeah.
Are we doing those tonight?
Hey, hopefully I didn't miss it, because I mean that's literally what we became known for. It was
And I mean, I
3v3
think
game battles.
I think that's why I'm super thankful, at least right now, to have a good COD, because we have had to branch out to other games, and we know that we can find success in those too, which is comforting.
Yeah.
So when you have a good COD, there's at least a baseline.
Yeah, we all love
isn't
COD.
It's nice to have people like this content. It's not anything groundbreaking or new. It's just, let's go get those same vibes and community feel that I expect from a TST stream, which is the whole goal anyway. And it's nice to have that as the default, but then when other opportunities come up, If GTA 6 drops whenever it drops, and someone says, "Hey, I want to do a role play server," we're interested. But if it's not something that we like doing or it's not working, in a year that COD is good, it's nice to have something that is fun to do and good for stream.
We've said it many times that no one else can do this. Do you guys still feel that way?
Yes.
It's not possible.
It's like not possible.
It's not. I mean, truly, unless you have known them for as long as we have known each other, the issues and the differences and the mindsets and the little things. I mean, it's the same thing. It was like a
you're
roommate.
Constantly growing.
It's like a roommate.
As a
It's
person
like,
too.
yeah,
It's
no.
like it's always tough. Like
You have to still work and really enjoy hanging out with them because you can tell when people don't like making content with each other. It's painfully obvious.
It's
yeah.
very obvious. Yeah.
Especially like feel good content, and we make pretty feel good content.
Yeah.
It's not like we're dropping COD guides.
Yeah.
It's like really serious strategy. It's like let's play video games together and have a good time, and occasionally destroy people.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Yeah. How often and at what time? Because this happens to me a lot. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but every once in a while, like if I'm having like a shit day, or I'm like, if we're going through the motions like for 3 weeks or something like that, which has happened before, and it's simply because either we're not on the same page or the games are just trash or something like that. How often do you sit there and you're like as I hit go live and on the starting screen, this hasn't happened in a while because like we like the games and Diamond Daddies was pretty fun.
Oh, when you're talking about like when there wasn't a good COD.
I'm talking about we hit go live and we're playing.
We have no idea.
We don't know.
We're
what to
playing
start with.
Val
Yeah.
and I'm trying not to rage, or we're playing Warzone and I'm trying not to rage,
Yep.
or we're playing
Apex and
we're playing
And I'm not trying to
Minecraft.
rage.
We're playing Minecraft and you guys are trying not to get bored and like talk shit about it. You know what I mean? Like there's that, and or like we went through the time where it's like we have to stream for 3 hours until we play Rocket League. What are we going to do for those 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And those are like
I think those were the worst times.
those are the
honestly.
worst. I think
they're
those
the hardest.
They're the hardest for
You're
sure.
just trying to get through it at that time.
Well, as a
like,
solo streamer, you don't do that.
yeah,
Exactly.
You do what you want to do.
You do what you want to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like normally, like I would be like, I just want to play Tarkov as soon as we're done streaming, like like, or something like Valorant at the time probably.
Yeah.
So like those were the worst streams because I'm like, I just have to play this game for a couple hours.
It's like it's like triple compromise.
Yeah.
And so none of you really love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just meeting in the middle.
Those were the worst streams for
to
sure.
broadcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there are literally times where I hit go live and it's on the starting screen and I'm just like
Deep breath.
literally like I don't want to smile right now.
No.
Like I don't want to play. I don't want to be goofy. If you ask me where 3v3s are, I might snap on you. If you say, "Hey Hitch, where's the freestyle?" I might snap. You know what I mean? It's those days.
Yep.
But then I'm just like and then you know what I mean? And it comes on. And,
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but like trying not to bring in real life shit onto stream is damn near impossible sometimes, dog.
right.
I mean, and then especially when like we're like we want to laugh and make dick jokes and goof off and hang out together. It's like some days I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I'm pissed at the world.
Yeah.
I am so frustrated.
I mean, it's not realistic to be happy all the time.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
But like, if you're known for that, then they're like, "Why are the vibes off?" Like,
exactly.
Why does
What's
Blake
going on?
look so mad today?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
It's like,
It's like if you knew what the fuck was going on.
no,
And
we're good.
There's also times where like we don't tell each other what's going on in our lives
until like it's 2 months after.
Until like we go together to do something, we like go get a beer and like, yo,
by the way,
this is
I was pissed on 3 weeks ago on this day
Yeah.
because all this shit happened.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh my God, no wonder.
That makes sense.
Like no wonder things were like so like,
Yep.
It's and then on top of that, like it's a business too. Like there's things that we're all three responsible for, and we all have our own things that we need to do. And then there's money on top of that. And then there's like family on top of that. And
I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity. I'll always be thankful as long as we get to do this. But it is hard to make it work.
it's hard.
You have to struggle to make it work.
I say it on the Flycast and I say it on the OpTic podcast probably like too often. But like this shit is hard.
Yeah.
Like, let's not beat around the bush. This shit is hard. And it always comes back around to you got to. No one else can do it because you got to know each other damn near better than you know yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, I think I know both of you guys probably better than you know yours, and I think you guys feel the same way about me.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if something's off, y'all
You
probably
can
know.
tell.
Oh, we know.
And if something's off where I'm like, oh shit, like I feel bad, and y'all like roast into, lay into it and like try to piss me off a little bit more.
Yeah.
But also if I'm too checked, y'all will like do whatever it is to like boost
Bring
me
you
back up.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it. It's and with no words said, we know each other that well. And I don't think so I think if like other people, that's why like, not to talk shit about stuff that's like in the past or whatever, but like when people used to come up to me and be like, like, oh, I love TST, like you guys are kind of like the mob, but for like energy or for OpTic.
Yeah.
And I would be like, look, I love the mob guys. They couldn't do what we do. No. They could not do.
It's just a different level.
Different.
I don't think any like there's a bunch of content teams out there, but like, and YouTube is different. I mean, I don't know how the Sidemen have done it. The Sidemen have done what we've done, but on YouTube, they've done that for 10 years.
Time,
like
they've killed it, bro.
Yeah. So like, I'm sure they've had some sticky conversations.
Oh, dude, let me find out those percentages. How in the world? How do you break it down to 10?
Bro, I don't know how they do it with so many people. Like they all. Like,
how do you do?
How many ideas are going through with 10 different people? Like
I don't know.
And,
I really
it's
don't.
Dude, it's year by year. It's year by year. I'm like, there's years where imagine the year that KSI fought Logan Paul, and like, then had to go do like a try not to laugh with the Simon guys. At what point?
It's like, dog, you are
like,
A-list.
Yeah, like, at what point is he's like, man, like you've got to love your brothers in order to do that.
Yep.
Like that's just what it is.
Yep.
And I think that's like one of the hardest parts with like esports in general. It's like there are people. I mean, I was just talking to Jack, and he was like, dude, the hardest part about Thieves content is like, why would we do? What's driving us to do? They're all multimillionaires. They're all the best in their field.
Yeah.
So dragging them away from like, hey, you're ultra successful. Come do a video on this channel real quick together. It's got to be insanely difficult.
Oh, it has to be, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a tough challenge as you get. I mean, I don't think age has anything to do with it. I think it just comes with experience. It's like, where is my time best used? And when I think that can become very self-centered. Yeah. If you're like, yo, I'm finding a lot of success in this, like I'm gonna focus on this right now. That's how people split up.
100%.
That's just how it happens.
100%. That's how people split up. But I think we always bring it back. We always bring it back to us. Like for better or for worse, we always bring it back to us.
For
like
sure.
If something happens, if you guys are like, yo, like I'm gonna play Warzone in the afternoon.
Yep.
We're gonna try to play wagers. We're gonna try to play tournaments. I'm like, dope. Then when we go live at night, we'll just play Warzone. We'll just play GBs. We'll play Warzone or whatever. And then if I get an opportunity where like I could throw an event, and I'm like, all right, well, Blake and George are gonna be on a team, and we'll watch party it on the mainstream. And it's like. That is just always what we've done. Like if an opportunity comes in and I'm like, yo, is this a streaming? Is this a streaming thing? Like, let's do it for TST. And that's I don't think that, and we all do it. It's not just it doesn't just come to me and I bring it to TST. It comes in all different. You guys get opportunities to bring it to TST and whatnot. But like that probably doesn't happen very often in very many.
No, I wouldn't think so. And I think it just comes with how well we know each other.
Yeah, and so it's been a ride. It's been a joy though.
It is a ride.
It's currently riding.
It is riding.
We are currently riding each other.
We are riding. We are riding. Yep.
It's currently on a high, especially with the new Call of Duty, bro.
It's a high, right?
It's not a high. It's I think
medium.
It's like it's slightly going.
I think it's pressurizing.
That's true.
I think we can.
That's true.
We can feel it pressurizing.
That makes sense. I like that.
I mean, we're talking to similar with what we did with UMG. We're talking to CMG right now and having like
we're cooking right now.
Yeah, and I think I think in personality changes and in differences, like every once in a while, I'm just like, yo, like I want to play some fucking like Minecraft shit. I want to just like play some shit where like I don't have to think.
Yep.
And like every once in a while, you guys are like, dog, I want to lock the fuck in.
Yeah.
And we're super different in that scenario. And so the only thing that brings those two things together is what we do in GBs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now just knowing that like
It's right there.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's right. I mean, we were fully planning with this YouTube grind. We were fully planning on playing the first challengers.
Yeah. I
Playing
remember
the
that.
first challenge. We were going to find a fourth, play the first challengers event, and like document it. But we decided last minute, like since the game's so good, we shouldn't do that. We should just play GBs.
We should do what we're best at.
Thank God we didn't do that shit.
What's funny is me and George were sitting there talking about that over micheladas.
Really?
And I
Yeah.
asked George, and I was like, do you think he wants to do challengers?
And I was like,
or do you think he wants to do challengers for us? And so we talked about it over some micheladas.
Yeah, I
And
remember
we're
that
like,
actually.
I was
yeah.
like, I think he.
Where were we? Oh, we were
after the shooting, after the gun range.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were already like high anyway.
Yeah.
And we're like sitting there.
I
And
was like, you better not have been drunk.
no, this is post.
Yeah, we went to the gun range.
No, we
and
just
then
went
had
at a
some
shooting
drinks.
range
Yeah.
and just hung out for an hour, and then went and got food and micheladas. But yeah, afterwards I was like, I think he is on board for us. And I was like, if we pitch it, because I didn't want to pitch it and be like, hey, I think we should just do GBs. And you were like, dude, I was really pumped about that. And I was like, I don't think it's. And I was like, I think it's for us, so I think it'll be chilling. And I was like, yo, I think we should just do 3v3s. And you're like, all right, perfect.
Dude, I was like, thank God.
I didn't even hesitate.
I was like, great.
Nah.
That's when I knew we were
yeah.
right. We were like, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You said it was funny. You said it on stream. That's when you knew
Oh,
it
did I?
wasn't serious because you said it on stream. You were like, we had a discussion. George and I had a discussion, and I was like, ah, shit, what?
Oh, yeah.
What's coming? You were like, I don't know if we should do the challengers thing. I was like, fuck, how? All right, go. We haven't found a fourth anyway. You know what I mean?
We leaked it, but it wasn't really leaked.
Yeah, but imagine at this point, 3 weeks in, we're getting on playing scrims.
no,
like,
That'd be a waste, to be honest.
I'd be sitting there every GGCS match that we're commentating, like, bro, we need to be
Pissed.
scrimming right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get slammed, and it's
Yeah.
going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, that would suck.
It was like an extra pressure too, like extra pressure that we don't really need. Like if we just do what we normally do, like we'll be fine.
Right. And if it was a bad, I think that would have been great content last year.
Yeah.
Because like, what else do you do in that game?
Nothing.
Like, you can't do anything
You can't
else
do
in that
content.
game.
That's the
But,
thing.
like,
The only option was literally sweat your balls off and play a shit
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and play a
yeah,
game.
but this year we can make content. For
yeah,
sure.
we can.
I mean,
for sure make content.
Yeah.
there were 3 clips in one night. It was just like, all right, cool.
And that was like the only
I love
night
this.
we've played 3v3s.
I know. Yep.
Yeah.
And Summercast coming back. So.
And Summercast is coming back. That's the most important. That's been a great part of it. Matt, do you have any questions? Every once in a while, Matt likes to.
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about questions, but I gotta ask so many
So
during
many-
this behind the bar. I don't really want to waste them.
Oh, you don't have like long form questions. You just
Long
have.
form I mean, did you guys talk about the Fortnite era?
Fortnite era.
You guys did talk about the Fortnite era because was that when Fortnite was huge? Was that before you guys were TSC?
It was right before.
right
okay.
before. Yeah.
In fact,
That's
like I think we have like a couple games where we played together.
Really? Because I remember George. I mean,
I had
this
a
is
tournament
funny.
with
George
Nick right
George
there.
and I claimed a PS4 2v2 Fortnite
Yeah.
winning
We won. Yeah.
2 weeks ago on GBs.
yeah.
Because I had never been in there. We accepted the GB invite for MW3, and I went to prize claims because we play very few GB tournaments. It's all like, pro sims and content creator stuff, crack creator, whatever. And I was like, George, you have a prize claim in here for a 2v2 Fortnite for $43? And you were like, yes, I do. And I was like, oh. Yeah, it was like before, because I remember like at the office job I was working for my dad, like I would just watch Ninja,
I remember.
all day.
Dude.
You always talk about Ninja. Yeah.
Dude, if we would have hit that way.
A year
You try not to
before.
talk about it. You try not to think about it the same way we just said with the Among Us way.
What if Fortnite came out like 2 years after
What if it
TST?
came out now, dog? It just, I don't know. It just
No, I mean, you kind of just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Can't
It's
think
like
about
you
it
can
too
never do things perfectly, and they're never going to work out how you want.
Yep.
Yep.
Like our best year, we already talked about like what was the best era. it was in a game that was not supposed to be that good.
That was
of
not
3v3
good. Was
not
content.
good.
It was not good.
We threw a random Hail Mary to a wager tournament site, and they said, yes, we'll allow those rules.
Yep.
And that is the only reason. It's a very, very finite change.
Yeah.
We were like, why would that matter so much? One-tap deagles, dead silence, speed boost, and throwing knives. It mattered a lot.
Mattered a lot.
And maps.
It mattered a lot.
Yeah. And
The help for content for sure.
It
Yeah.
literally, it made that game content for comp because there
Yeah.
was no comp content. There's good pubs content.
That's the
But
thing that
not
we
for
do
comp.
is comp
nobody,
content.
nobody made competitive content in that
Yeah.
game, and I think that was a thing. And I think what really separated us is we were the only ones doing it.
Yep.
Now it's real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean I love him to death, but as soon as Tommy retired, bro, it put a dagger in what we were doing.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck. Also, he retired
Yeah.
during Cold War, and like we couldn't really do what we were good at in Cold War. Like snipes were not good. We weren't allowed.
They were so
the
good. It was
the
so
fucking
stupid.
throwing knives.
Yeah.
The throwing knives got blocked by trophies, and everyone had a trophy.
There were 4 of them.
Yeah,
So-
the maps weren't like really that great. You couldn't really wall bang anything, and like everything that we had built, like
we were fun. It's another sweat game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
it's a good
It's
game.
just a sweat
It's
game.
just a very
Yeah.
sweaty
I
game.
mean, that's how Cold War was. It's just straight competitive. Dude.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like content wise, but
And then
great competitive game.
And then Tommy retires and starts the flank,
Yeah.
and I start seeing on Twitter like, "Yo, we're on a 4,000 sub train."
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at our subs, and they're tanking. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Motherfucker, everybody's going
Yeah.
there. Everybody's leaving."
Yeah. I mean, just like Seth, when Seth retired, like, holy, bro.
It's everyone felt it. Yeah.
Like, holy, bro.
I mean, there's only so many viewers to have.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Especially in our
Yeah. And
community.
so you have to kind of, grow.
Yeah.
You have to
Stand
spread out.
out.
Yeah.
Yep, you gotta
Reach a
figure it
couple
out.
more different audiences.
Yeah,
cool.
get some audiences, come back. That's why
Yep.
I think this year, dude. I don't want to say it because we say it every year and we don't ever fucking do it. But I think this year collabing in our game is something that we should do. Like,
I
Well, I mean, it's
enjoy
not
it.
really like it would have been possible in the last one because, like, bro, try and convince someone to play Vanguard.
yeah. No, it wouldn't be
Bro,
possible.
we played five. Even Fives plays well in this game. Like, I enjoyed
Yeah, it
Fives.
was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun for sure.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind inviting 2 guys. Like,
Yeah.
we can
and
do content.
maybe
for sure.
we play their game, they play our game type
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? That shit would actually be kind of
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, that's what I like about playing different games too. Like, we get audience from Apex now, a little bit of Valorant probably. Like,
Wait, that's actually a really good idea. We
Yeah.
play our game, they play
Game
their-
swap kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, imagine playing fours with Marcel, and then we have to play fucking Gary's mod.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what
I don't
I don't
know.
even know
Yeah.
what Gary's
I don't
mod
know.
is.
I don't know what that is.
No idea.
We play fours with Lupo, and then we play Tarkov with Lupo,
Yeah.
and make like a, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
make like a video about it.
I'm
I
not
think-
playing that card game he plays right now. I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea what that is.
What, Hearthstone?
I don't know if that's
It's
what
a
it
card
is.
game?
I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking
It's something
about.
crazy. I went in there and I was talking to Lupo the other day in his stream, and I was looking at the screen and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Dungeons and Dragons
Something.
thing.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
But that was all stemming from our I wish we hit Fortnite. You kind of just got to roll with gaming scene how it is and figure out how you can make some cool content or be the best at pretty easy content, you know?
Yep. Yeah. What's your long term goal with TST? I don't think I've ever like really asked you guys that. How long are we doing this shit?
Until the wheels fall off. Why not, dude? You can make content until you're 50, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like people always put an age on like
But,
even
I mean,
competitive.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. How long do y'all want to do it?
I mean, I'm not bored of you guys yet.
I'm
so
not bored.
No, I'm not bored of you guys at all. I'll
like,
never be bored
I'm
of you
not bored
guys.
of you guys, and it's, as long as there's a solid game and we all have the same idea still with COD, like
I don't know. It's I mean like I don't see like I mean we're 30 now. I don't see us playing 3v3 GBs at 40 if I'm gonna be honest. I just don't see it. I see it morphing into something else. And
Yeah.
that
And growing
you know
into
we
that.
do this certain type of content. And it turns into if I had to guess right now, the low hanging fruit. It turns into a podcast. We do some sort of show and we sit and talk about whatever is going on. That's cool. I'm down for that. But like, it's very much a 1 year at a time thing for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never. I mean, my personality type. I'm really not that much of a planner.
Me neither.
I think that's the thing none of us are.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, like Steph's very type A. Like she's got the whole year like calendared out and stuff.
Alexis
and,
is
like,
type 1.
That's crazy.
What?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just don't know how that relates to your calendar.
sorry.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of like a 1 year at a time thing. It's like, hey, you still having fun? It's like, yeah, I like it.
And if
it's,
not,
it's
we
still
just-
paying the bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep
True.
going. I think it will morph into other things as we go. I
Yeah.
don't think because like right now it's very like I still really like organic gameplay content. I like streaming
Yeah, yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
I like streaming games on Twitch.
Yep.
I like gaming content. There's a lot of non-gaming content.
And I love non-gaming.
I know you
Yeah,
guys.
you do.
So I mean, I like mixing.
I
it
like
in
a little
for
bit of
sure.
both, yeah.
I like
a little bit
mixing
of
them in,
both.
but I still really like gaming as
Yeah.
it is right now. So until my love for gaming kind of transitions into something else,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you know.
See, I think how you feel about gaming is how I feel about content. Where it's like,
Yeah.
who knows? I'm not a 5-year planner either.
Yeah.
Dude, I have been sitting on this.
That's all right.
This is my
You got
first.
water up
This
here
is
now.
my third one.
I know y'all been. You think I need a
He
fresh
needs
one?
a fresh one, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
for
more
behind
zing-zang on
for
the top.
behind the bar, I'm down. I'm down to do another one.
Yep.
It's starting not to be
Yep.
fucking hideous.
That's good.
You
Yeah, it's all
enjoying
watered
it?
down at the top. It's all ice.
It's all water, bro.
100%.
Like,
I mean, at some point, my goal. I don't even want to have an Instagram. At some point, I want to fall off
You
the
wanna
face
fall?
of the. I want to own a coffee shop in Maine, and I only want to see the people who live on the island.
that would be nice.
I don't want to see anybody. I'll write you guys cards for Christmas and stuff. We'll
Yeah.
go on random fishing trips,
Yeah.
but eventually, what was that?
What? No, eventually,
He
what?
says that.
What'd you say? What?
This motherfucker's not doing any of that.
Come on, dude.
I feel like that's more of me. I'm like, I could for sure do that.
Well, it's like, sometimes like for like posting on Instagrams and stuff, I get all cute, I get all artsy
Yeah.
on my
Oh,
Instagram
yeah.
story.
You're
I'm
good
all
at it
about that
too,
shit.
yeah.
Well, thank you. But sometimes like I'll go out to dinner and I'm like, or not necessarily dinner because like food pics are cringe or whatever, but I'll like go on a trip and I'm like, dog, I don't feel like posting any of this shit.
That's how I feel all the time.
And so
And
it's
then
like,
I'm like, I should probably post.
that's what I'm
something.
saying. I'm like, dude, like you are 30. You have a very unique, like
Job.
you have content that people interact with.
Yeah.
And the more you post, the more people will like it. So shut up and post your
Yeah.
cute pic of you having coffee outside.
That's the thing with me, bro. Like,
hard.
I'm like, bro, I should probably post something. I'm like, I'm a content creator. Like,
Yeah, I know.
At least post something. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't really feel like it. Like,
I
that's
know.
the problem I
It's
have
hard.
all the time.
It's not even like a drive thing. It's just
Yeah.
like sometimes I feel like it like taints it. So like I do like to like fantasize about like one day I don't want to post anything.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's going on, come to my island in Maine. You know, but I think that's more of just like a kind of storybook
yeah.
fantasy. I really do enjoy content. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there's videos of me as a kid dancing in front of the television reflection because I like watching myself dance.
Yeah.
I don't mind hearing myself talk. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think like a year and a half ago, I hit like a thought where I'm like, I realized it and it scared me that I think I do have a deadline when it comes to streaming.
yeah.
Really?
I'll never have a deadline when it comes to content. And I think we'll make content forever.
Oh yeah,
TST.
you
I mean,
you
I
love
think
content
that's
a lot.
fair.
Yeah.
TST will make content forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if TST will daily stream forever. I think I would. That's why I would love. I think I said it like a million times to you guys, but like I would love for you guys to stream
Yeah.
and like y'all do your fucking thing.
Yep.
And then like we'll make content like
YouTube content.
YouTube content or
Yeah.
or like events. I think
Yeah.
I think of. Thank you, Austin, for making me this.
yeah.
Fucking,
Thank you, Austin, for my fourth one.
Yeah, thank you for making me this amazing drink.
I'll drink it if you don't.
No, I loved it. I finished like pounded the first one.
That thing was gone.
But like I think the love that I found for like hosting things and or throwing events or making the 100 hours videos, like really I
That's
found
where your love
such
is,
a
yeah.
love for that. Like I was like that's what like real and being able to do it with you guys, like doing the off season and doing 100 hours videos and like podcasts and stuff with you guys. I'm like, dude, like
No, that stuff's sick.
it makes me feel like, okay, like that doesn't mean that like 5 years from now I'm gonna be like, yo, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Like, guys, we're on a 30 sub train. Like 2 minutes left. You know what I mean? Like, there's like eventually after a while, there's like a stress in that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just love the content surrounding it, and I can't wait to get to a point where like, oh shit, like maybe like you guys take Tuesday. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all stream on Tuesday and like I'll work on some other shit out here.
We have those once in a while, especially like when you're really busy with like tournament hosting or stuff. Because it's not like we don't, you know, I have no passion for like the back end of tournaments. I'm not DMing anybody and asking them to play in a tournament. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I love commentating them. I like hosting them a lot. And I like being a part of them. But I have no interest in TOing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. Like on those nights where you're like, nah, I'm out tonight. We're like, all right, cool.
Let's stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if we have a game that we love at the time, like let's stream it.
Yep.
I mean, that's what happened during the off season. Kind of like you were kind of
especially the first year.
Oh, big time, yeah.
The first year I was,
You gotta figure out what the hell
I
it
was
is.
checked out
because you were gone.
I mean, Warzone comes out. George and I love Warzone, and I'm like, yo, we love this game. Let's play some twos. Then
play some tournaments or something.
Then that's okay. It's cool to find that balance sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, anything else you guys want to talk about before we throw some beer pongs?
Oh yeah, I forgot about beer pong.
No?
Let me just start throwing out moments in TST.
Okay.
And you guys just explain what it was like to like live in that moment.
I'm ready for that.
So let's talk about Blake winning the fucking gulag. We have to talk about it. As much as I cringe now,
Yeah.
it was
What was it like?
most viral thing.
I didn't know you were high.
Yeah.
At the
you
time.
didn't tell anyone you were.
You didn't tell us you were high.
Yeah.
So it was really funny in hindsight to learn that you were high.
that
So
you're
whenever I
high.
see that outfit now, like the beanie and the
It makes
shirt with the
sense.
eye on it, it
beanie.
clicks. It's even funnier than it was.
it was.
It was the perfect culmination of your freestyling and stuff because you're very good at that, and it's fun to be in stream and hear you do those. For every 10 great ones, there's 90 horrible
There's
ones, and that's
really
what makes
bad ones.
and that's what
Yeah,
makes it fun. For me, it combined me being great at video games and a very specific moment of you singing. I not only win, I execute him, which is great for me because I look great in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's a funny moment of good gaming, bodying someone, you making a song about it, and then it just went nuclear.
Yeah. It's typical TST. Hitch is being loud, being crazy while you're in a very stressful situation. You're like, I have to win this gulag. And then you clutch, and then it's like, that's TST. Like, why are you playing loud music freestyle while Blake's
playing behind
in
the
a
back
1v1?
and 1v1.
It's like, that's TST
to
for
keep the
you.
team alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's typical TST. That's why I enjoyed that
It was
clip.
funny to see how far that clip went.
No, it's insane.
That clip
when
went-
XQC was freaking.
I mean, Warzone
going
was
through
pop culture, and then that clip became part of Warzone culture, so it was therefore pop
Yeah,
culture.
and you didn't even play the game.
You hated it, bro.
I didn't play it.
That's the narrative that I want.
That's the
like,
funniest thing
in terms
ever.
of like things, you know, it's like things that you don't like about your siblings. You know, it's like, dude, you should change that about yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that's one of the things. That's like when someone in chat is like, "LMAO, Hitch is gonna hate Warzone 2." I'm like, he needs to get it together. Like, we need to
You need
stop
to like
the
this
you
game.
hate gaming narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Hitch does. It's just like figure it out. Yeah.
Like, he hates gaming. He loves content. He hates gaming.
I mean, people are just, and I tried to fight it for the Val thing
Yeah.
because like people would be
You
like-
were a warrior for
I was
that.
like, warrior.
Dude, you were a
'Cause
warrior.
let's not beat around the bush. That game is dick.
No,
like that game
no,
sucked,
no,
right, Matt?
No, that game.
Hell yeah. Fuck
Yeah, that game sucked.
That game takes. It requires dedication.
A lot
It
of dedication.
requires it, dog. I was literally spending every afternoon, like even if I was doing something around the house, I'm literally listening to Valorant guides, like character guides, like learning how to play characters I didn't even play.
Yeah, it's just
just to
trash.
get good at it.
Yeah.
It's a hard ass game.
Very hard.
And there's
very
too
hard.
many E-daters, and I got out.
You have to get out. You have to get out.
The rank play,
A lot
the
of
rank play
throwers.
in that is absolutely horrendous, just because of the community. But
It wasn't even the game that pissed me off.
No,
it
it's
was
the
the
community.
people that played
it's the
it.
people.
It's
I
so
think
weird,
Riot's
dude.
done a great job at the game. I really
Yeah.
do.
The game itself is fun.
But you went in there with little to no knowledge. George and I had a year of experience.
Yeah.
And we literally basically bullied you over the line of like, dude, just run Viper. And then you were like,
Everything-
I
I was
can't
like,
run
sure.
by her.
Go Phoenix.
Go KJ.
Sure, I'll
run
do
KJ.
it. Whatever you want.
It was when you would walk off stream and just pet Mace and just put your head to Mace.
Dude.
He was
That
literally
ga- that
he
game-
was a service dog.
That game got me a dog and SSRIs. that's the game that did it.
And the problem with Valorant is like you can't really carry somebody in Valorant, especially us. Like
you
we're
can
not,
at like a hyper if you are a Radiant and you're in silver
exactly, and we're
golds,
like ascendant,
like
so
we're
we
mid.
Can't, like we can't really carry you. Like we're just good enough. Like
we can
we
top
could drop
frag,
numbers.
we can't
yeah.
carry.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like we could drop numbers, well, we can't really carry people.
Yeah.
So it made it that much harder to do
Yeah,
that
you
challenge.
were a warrior.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we did.
I don't like that narrative either because
Yeah.
I think there are parts of Warzone I didn't like because we had just come off of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we're playing 2019, we're getting all these clips and we're doing all this stuff, and then we play Warzone at so much of a different pace, and I can't get up the ladder because there's a guy on the ladder with 2 claymores and he's looking down at me.
Yep.
And meanwhile, I'm just like, dude, like I don't want to be fucking Joe-O's popping off. I'm like, I don't want to be Joe-O. Like I don't want to be the guy who's,
Yeah.
you know, like I want to like have fun. I want to do
Yeah,
what we
goof
do,
stuff, yeah.
and we
Yep.
can't really do that
in Warzone.
in Warzone streaming. The guys who record, like the Wildcats and the Marcells, and they have a blast.
Yeah, because they're running around with RPGs and
Riot
shotguns.
shields.
Yeah,
and,
and they don't have the 3 webcams. And
Yeah.
like the 3 webcams is like kind of our backbone at this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, when Warzone
It
comes
is
out.
hindering sometimes and very unique in a lot of other
Yeah,
times.
yeah. So yeah, because
But-
like you want to be able to watch. Like the cool thing with webcams and S&D is like when somebody dies, you watch the other person.
Yep.
And then you can
It
see
switches
their
perspective.
See their
Yeah.
perspective. But you can't really do that in Warzone. You could do that if Warzone wasn't respawn. Like if I died in Warzone and I never respawn, we can watch Blake the whole time.
That
That
is
shit would have
true.
been sick.
That is true.
I hated how Warzone.
Buying back.
I hated that
That's-
part.
yeah.
I hated the gulag. Like I didn't mind the gulag. If it was just the gulag, that shit would be sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
that's the thing. Like,
But also
if there
you-
were no respawn, solo streams would kind of be terrible.
No, you can't take.
Yeah.
You can't. No, that's not true.
You
No,
think so?
solo streams,
Solo
go
streams would
hard.
be sick.
Would be better.
think
That's
so?
why Blackout was
'Cause
really great
Doubles.
for.
Doubles
Yes.
would be.
That's why
Yeah.
Blackout was amazing for solo streamers and horrible for squads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
yeah,
that.
yeah. And same with H1.
Yeah.
I mean, Ninja's H1Z1 streams, bro, dude.
Oh,
He would
yeah.
he would go in there and play till he died. Obviously, because you died, you don't respawn in it was 5s at the time. You don't respawn, but if you died off the break, then you got to sit there for
And
40
watch.
minutes.
Yeah.
Just
But-
watch your boy.
But also, that's what Teep did. Teep would play Blackout, died. I guess we're watching Maven.
Spectate.
We're watching Maven and Crowder for
Yep.
30 minutes.
And then
And thank my subs coming in.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then
Yeah.
Tim did that thing where he will spectate whoever killed him, and until the very
Yeah, that
until
was
he
cool.
won.
Yeah.
Like
That, I
was
mean,
like-
that shit's kind of,
Yeah.
and we just didn't really have that
Yeah.
in Warzone because like I die, I'm tilted. Oh shit, something trolly happens in the gulag. I sit back, and then you guys are like, "Here you come, I'm coming back," and I'm
Yep.
like, "I don't even want to fucking come back." You know what I mean? Like I just want to watch you guys play.
Yep.
And you
I
couldn't
think
really-
we could figure it out going forward.
I think so
Like,
too. Yeah,
like
yeah.
in a BR, like we like, yo, this is what we do. Like,
Also, those buildings that are one-way entrance buildings don't really exist in
Yeah,
Warzone
not
now.
really.
Yeah.
It's just that the
there's
Warzone.
grapples and
I think the Warzone. I think Verdansk movement on last year's map might have been fire.
it might have
Might
been
have
good.
been
Could have
fire.
been
It
fire.
could have been. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
dolphin diving everywhere was so cringe.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I remember when Caldera came out. I was like,
Oh
"What?
no,
What now?
No.
What do we do?
Let's play on a volcano.
What do we do? Because we
Yep.
can't play this."
No, it was terrible. Bro. It was terrible.
So
I can't believe I played like the first few days of it because it was. That's the least Warzone I ever played when Caldera came out.
I was like, I
You
was
were
like
on vacation,
traveling,
I think,
yeah.
yeah.
And so you guys texted me and were like, "You're so lucky you're gone," because you said like the floor loot was like just the worst it's ever been.
what? Another thing to think about, or want you guys' opinions on,
Yep.
just straight off the bat. What do you guys think of the Hitch reacts to Ethos playing Minecraft?
That video is so annoying. that's the
Because
most
you held
annoying
that
video.
against us for
You're like
so
eating
much.
food.
It
You're
was
literally
so
like
dumb.
eating.
It's so dumb.
If you guys don't know, for like 4 years or 3 years
he held that
straight,
against us so much.
Ethos. I randomly on a solo stream reacted to Ethos Lab. He's a Minecraft YouTuber. Play like his walkthrough video or his like world tour, and I reacted to it, and it went crazy.
It went viral,
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it has like 400K views or something like that. And for 3-4 years, nothing even got close
Nope.
to that 400K
And so if
video.
anything ever wasn't hitting, Hitch would be like, we could always
play Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh my god.
And I actually really do like Minecraft as a game. I mean, it's literally Skyrim for children.
Bro, that quick roast was insane.
I think Minecraft it's fun. It's just so Minecraft sometimes.
Yeah.
And the nerdy side of Minecraft where it's like, I built 5G wireless. I'm like, I'm out, dude. I can't.
Oh
I
no,
can't.
with the redstone stuff, and then it gets
I
complicated. They're
can't.
doing like
If it's like I built, the Roman Colosseum and here's what it looks like, I like that kind of stuff where it's like that looks really cool. But when it's like this is super complex, let me tell you why it's so cool, I'm out.
oh yeah, I'm checked out.
That was a constant, hey, there's always Minecraft. And then finally the video just got slammed. So that was good.
Thank God for that too, because dude, I think the lowest point. Now that I think about it, because you think the high points are easy.
Yeah.
You got the sub trains, you got the 100 hours, but the low points you tend to forget about them.
Yeah, and then you focus on we should be doing this.
Yeah. The lowest point was, I think, the month before we started doing the React videos, because
What were we doing?
we were playing Warzone. I think that was Vanguard era, I think.
I can't even remember that.
We hadn't done React videos.
Well, we were just posting gameplay.
We were posting gameplays.
Yeah.
And then we posted I was like, since the Ethos video did well, like just let's do a Minecraft new,
React.
like I'll show you guys
I remember,
Minecraft, because
I
I was a noob reacting to Ethos.
Yeah.
And people loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are noobs. You don't know anything about Minecraft. Let me show you how crazy Minecraft can be. I think people will enjoy it. And dog, us reacting to Hermitcraft
Yep.
flew like 500K.
That's what we knew.
And I was like, and then that was the video that beat Ethos.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we should do this with every game.
Yeah.
And then we did it in Apex, and holy
Apex killed
shit.
it, bro.
Yep.
So like, I think that the Ethos Lab video is funny to look back on, but I think it is the start of what
React.
React's
Yeah.
turned
That's a
into.
good point.
That
And
is true.
And I think the Reacts video like saved our identity there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think
because
so too.
Yeah.
it was like 4 months of like the type of streams where we do something for 2 hours and then we play Rocket League.
Just to get the hours.
And
in.
then we
man,
just
those
play
were
Rocket
tough.
League. Yeah. And it was like a lot of that. A lot of that. But then the videos popped up. I mean, they're kind of, teetering a little bit, but we also haven't had time to do shit in a long time. But we're about to really, I think we're about to
it's
really
lock
lock
in.
Yeah.
It's lock in time.
But to really, I went through and I have like 19, 20 videos
Really?
in the Discord that we'll be reacting to. And, as I have a love-hate relationship with React videos. I think people can do really good React video content. Like one of my favorite YouTube channels out there is called Lost in Vegas, and they just react to different like music, like rap sometimes, and then sometimes like old school classic rock that they haven't listened to.
That's weird. That's what I have on my TikTok. Like, there's a dude that reacts to new music. Like, he listens to new music that he's never heard of. That's how I came. Remember that song on not too long ago? I showed you that song, Milwaukee. Like, I don't even.
Really
it's like a South African rap song. He just randomly reacts to them, and then like he goes crazy.
Yeah,
and that's how I learned about that song. Like, I like reacting to watching.
Just wait till we react to
stuff.
Stank Rat.
To Stank Rat. Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit of Tarkov. Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down. I think
But-
I think I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful we found our
I'm glad that video is dethroned.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm thankful
Still
for
out
it
there,
at the
though.
same
But
time. It's
at the
still
same
up there.
time-
Hey, go watch it. Let's get it back on
It's
top.
still a banger. You're like, oh, this is sick. Bro.
Dude, I like when he threw that ender pearl.
He still checks on us like, is it going up?
Yep. Retweets it every once in a while. We're just like, why is
everybody
Hitch
go watch,
retweeting
go
this,
watch
bro?
that Ethos Lab video. That shit's fire.
That's so good.
All right. Well, I think we're going to play a little bit of beer pong. We got behind the bar. Right now, the goal to beat is Mystic 7. Whoever has the least amount of points at the end of season.
He smoked everybody.
He smoked everyone. At the end of season, we got balls back one time. So at the end of season 1, whoever has the least amount of throws gets a trophy. Cool. So you guys are playing for hardware.
Sweet.
Right now.
Man, hold on.
So yeah, we're gonna play some around the bar. Go to the OpTic Nation membership program if you want to watch that. And that has been around the bar with my two best friends.
Cheers, boys.
Team
Cheers.
Summertime.
Love you both.
Cheers, love you too, man.
Love you both, brother. Come on.
Was that weird to watch and as a fourth string? As a fourth, not string.
No,
fourth.
that shit was adorable.
Was it adorable?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it was
Perfect.
What is it? Second. I feel like I'm
Fourth.
third wheeling. Fourth wheel.
Fourth wheel.
Fourth
Fourth
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're my fourth wheel, man.
Thank you.
All right. Peace, guys.